Question 3, suggested by Shane Sodhi and Leonie Ebert. What steps would you take to call a halt to the endless chipping away of the Adelaide Parklands? What lasting legal protection would you offer for this irreplaceable garland that is Adelaide's world unique asset?
I'll give you 2 words, or 3. World Heritage Listing. Simple as that. And
Okay.
that will ensure the preservation of those parklands, and at the same time send a message to government that they need to avoid further intrusion there. That is a gift to the people of South Australia, and it's something that we need to cherish and value. And I think World Heritage Listing will certainly do something to prevent further loss.
Would you push for state heritage place listing at the same time?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think we're already doing it. The Honourable Robert Sims has already kick-started moves to that, and he's had strong support in the upper house. And, hopefully we'll have it in the lower house in the next term of government.
Well, I'll move straight to the Honourable Member then, Robert Sims.
Thank you, and thanks, Frank. Back in the last sitting period, I introduced a private members bill for state heritage listing of the Parklands and brought it to a vote, and I was really pleased to see that it was unanimous. All parties supported it, and that was a great outcome. And certainly what I've indicated is if I'm returned to the next Parliament, I'll bring it straight forward back into the Parliament again and seek to negotiate with whoever is the new Environment Minister to make that a priority, because it's really critically important. So yes to state heritage listing. We in the Greens want to make sure that happens. Also, World Heritage Listing, we see that as being really something that's vitally important. And my colleague Barbara Pocock, who's the Greens Senate candidate, is very keen to campaign on that too at a national level. And the other thing that I'm really concerned about is the zoning changes that the State Liberal Party proposed, and the planning regime that allows the minister to make those changes without any consultation with the Parliament and with very poor public consultation. I moved a private members bill last year to amend the Act to ensure that any zoning decisions had to be signed off by both houses of Parliament. So in effect, that would have prevented the recent rezoning changes to enable the sports arena on the riverbank. I was really disappointed, though, that wasn't progressed. It only had the SA Best Party joining the Greens in voting in support of the bill. And so we couldn't get that happening. And as a result, an opportunity for the Parliament to prevent the rezoning was missed. So I certainly intend to take that issue back up again in the new Parliament should I be returned, and to have discussions once again with any minister around what we can do to stop this process that allows the government to carve up the parklands.
Well, if you don't get returned, Rob, I'll do it for you.
Good on you, Frank.
I'd like to see that cooperation. The Honourable Sander Look, please.
Thank you. I haven't run this past Rob yet, but in the next Parliament, Rob, I'll be very happy to sponsor your private members bill in the lower house for state heritage listing. I think it's a very good piece of legislation that passed the upper house a couple of weeks ago. And I think Frank is right as well for heritage listing or national or global listing, because going back to one of the topics for discussion, which is the economic benefit of heritage. Well, the Adelaide Parklands are an economic benefit of that heritage. People from all around the world talk about it. It is a unique gift in planning from Colonel Light, and we must do everything we can to ensure that Light's vision continues.
Good, thank you. The Honourable Susan Close.
Thank you. Labor, Liberal, Greens, SA Best voted in favour of that bill in the Legislative Council. I do think there's quite a bit of work to be done, and I earnestly hope that I'm the Minister that gets to work with the wonderful Rob Sims on it, on what it looks like if we start to shape it up as legislation for the lower house, because I think there's probably a way of dealing with the values of the parklands that probably doesn't quite fit the normal state heritage process. I noticed that in the beginning, the buildings that are physically on the parkland, such as Adelaide University, were included, and then they were removed through amendment. So I think there's quite a lot of subtlety to deal with, but yes, we did vote for it. I would like to say, though, the Honourable, I hope she will one day be Honourable, Lucy Hood is on the list here. She's a candidate for the seat of Adelaide and has been a fierce advocate for the protection of the parklands in recent times within the Labor Party. She has raised with us specifically also Helen Mayo. The Helen Mayo Park, which is just that gorgeous stretch of trees off Morford Street down the river, is under threat from development because of the zone changes that the Liberal government put in. And we are committing to reversing those and to protecting Helen Mayo Park. And we're also committing to saying that there should be able to be an uninterrupted walking, cycling experience that has been advocated by a number of heritage advocates. And we will be committing to investigating the capacity for that all around the Parklands. So in addition to really wrestling with this question of the state heritage, we have those two specific policies. And I'd like to credit Lucy for her advocacy on both of those, on all of those.
But how the Parklands might be more appreciated, both in a heritage sense and experiential sense.
I was stunned that David Spears said to a group of Liberal donors that people outside Adelaide don't care about the Parklands. I don't think that's true. It's certainly not true in my electorate of Port Adelaide.
Hear, hear.